Most people don't fail at their daily routine because they are lazy or undisciplined. They fail because their routine is built on motivation, and motivation is unreliable. You wake up with good intentions, you tell yourself today will be different, and for a few days you follow the plan. Then life interrupts, your mood drops, your energy changes, and suddenly the routine that felt easy becomes heavy. You start thinking something is wrong with you. In reality, nothing is wrong with you. Your routine is simply built on the wrong philosophy. Modern self-improvement teaches you to optimize habits, schedules, and productivity systems, but it rarely teaches you how to control your mind. That's why so many people feel busy but still feel like they are failing at life. Stoicism fixes this problem because it doesn't start with discipline. It starts with perception. Once your perception changes, consistency becomes natural instead of forced. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the Roman Empire while dealing with war, betrayal, illness, and pressure most people could never imagine, wrote to himself that real strength comes from understanding what is within your control and what is not. That single idea explains why most daily routines collapse. People design routines to control outcomes. They want guaranteed results, perfect days, and constant progress. When reality doesn't match those expectations, they quit. Stoicism removes that fragile expectation and replaces it with mental stability. Epictetus taught that some things are up to us and some things are not. Your mood, your energy, how people treat you, and how the day unfolds are not fully in your control. Your actions, your effort, your attention, and your response are. When your daily routine is built around controlling your actions instead of chasing feelings, it stops breaking. You no longer need motivation to start. You only need clarity. Modern psychology supports this idea. The brain resists routines that depend on emotional states. Motivation fluctuates, dopamine drops, and the brain naturally seeks comfort. That's why people scroll instead of working, delay instead of acting, and escape instead of facing discomfort. Stoicism works because it removes emotion from decision-making. You stop asking yourself if you feel like doing something. You start acting because it aligns with the person you are becoming. Most people overload their daily routine. They try to wake up early, exercise, meditate, journal, read, plan their day, and stay productive without distraction, all at once. It looks impressive on paper but fails in real life. Stoicism values simplicity. Seneca warned that if you don't know where you're going, no routine will save you. A Stoic routine is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters consistently without emotional resistance. A Stoic morning routine doesn't begin with productivity. It begins with mental preparation. Before touching your phone or reacting to the world, you remind yourself that the day may be difficult. You may face delays, distractions, rude people, or unexpected problems. This isn't negativity. It's realism. When you expect difficulty, you stop being shocked by it. That single mental shift protects your inner peace more than any motivational quote ever could. Stoics also practiced what modern psychology calls negative visualization. They briefly imagine things going wrong, not to scare themselves, but to train emotional resilience. When challenges appear later, the mind recognizes them as normal rather than threatening. This reduces stress, frustration, and impulsive reactions. It is one of the most effective mindfulness and stoicism practices for staying calm in a chaotic world. After that, the focus shifts to control. Instead of planning an entire perfect day, you identify a small number of actions that are fully within your control. One physical action, one mental action, and one disciplined task. That's it. This is how Stoics schedule their day. Simple, clear, and realistic. When you complete what you can control, the day is a success regardless of outcomes. Consistency becomes easier when you stop demanding perfect conditions. Stoicism teaches acceptance before effort. You accept that some days will feel heavy. You accept that progress is not always visible. You accept that discomfort is part of growth. This mindset removes the inner conflict that causes people to quit. You no longer fight reality. You work with it. Applying Stoicism to daily life doesn't require extreme discipline. It requires small, repeatable actions. One of the most effective Stoic habits is focusing on one meaningful task per day that moves your life forward. Completing it builds self-trust, and self-trust is what creates confidence and momentum. Another practice is voluntary discomfort. Doing small, uncomfortable things on purpose trains your mind to stop avoiding difficulty. This could be silence, physical effort, or restraint. It strengthens resilience in a way comfort never will. At the end of the day, Stoics reflect instead of judging themselves. They ask what went well, where they lost control, and how they can respond better tomorrow. There is no guilt and no self-hatred, only learning. This nightly reflection is one of the most powerful daily Stoic habits because it turns every day into feedback instead of failure. Marcus Aurelius didn't have modern tools or productivity systems. He had principles: morning preparation, disciplined action, and evening reflection. That's all. The power of his routine came from repetition, not intensity. This is why Stoicism continues to work when modern routines fail. It doesn't promise constant happiness or motivation. It offers stability, clarity, and control. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to their emotions and circumstances. Stoicism teaches you to live intentionally. You stop chasing motivation and start building character. You stop trying to control life and start mastering yourself. This is how you stop wasting your life. This is how you fix your life with Stoicism. You don't need a perfect daily routine. You need a routine rooted in control, acceptance, and action. When your routine is built on Stoic philosophy, it stops breaking under pressure. You remain consistent because your mindset no longer depends on how you feel. One simple Stoic phrase can change how you approach tomorrow. Focus only on what is within your control. Expect difficulty and remain calm. Act according to the person you choose to become. Which phrase will you try first?